Welcome back, everybody. I just wanted to talk to Quinn for a second.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Salvy? Nice to be here.
I looked at the thumbnail that you did for the code brown.
Oh yeah.
and I laughed out. I was laying in bed and I laughed out loud for probably like 50 seconds, just laughing so hard. And I just looked at it and then laughed for like 50 seconds. And then I looked back at it and then laughed again. Oh, it's so.
It's a good looking photo. Like, what can I say?
It's so funny when you know what the. We know what the video. And viewers, go check out Code Brown.
Be sure to check out Code Brown on the channel.
I used the hello operator voice on a homeless guy.
How and why?
His he had
turn.
he had
He was asking for bread donations.
he had his little hat out.
Yeah.
Right? Like on the ground.
Oh my, his little hat. Yeah. That.
And I saw that it was a Cubs hat.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, no way this guy watches the Cubs.
Yeah, there is no way. Like, where is he gonna be watching the Cubs?
But anyway, I saw that he had a bunch of money in his hat, so I reached out and went, free bread? Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I already did. You would slam it onto your head and all the coins like spill out all everywhere.
So yeah, I took some free bread. Like,
nice.
What's up with it?
I mean, how much you make? Like,
well, I just took like a nickel. Like, I mean, I'm no monster. Yeah, exactly.
Is this the limousine?
Like, what do you think of me? Is this the P&G in the background?
Yeah, that is a limousine. Wow. So, did you actually use the voice or no?
Do you think that was a real story?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, did you use it out of homeless guy at all, or it's all made up?
No.
Okay.
No. But however, I went to my bank.
You thought about it. You saw it and you were like, wouldn't it be hilarious?
Nah, I just made that
if I dropped it on
I went to the bank and I was talking to this girl because I had
Okay, but you're supposed to stop telling lies now, Salvy. Like, that's what we mean.
And I was having a
kart racing.
I had a meeting with her.
Yeah.
And she had the corner office, and I was like, corner office.
Why? That's not even like a bar. Corner office.
Hey, it's the president.
Hey, my man.
He's just got back from sniffing people. Mr. President, this is a national crisis. You know how Joe Biden sniffs people.
Oh, yeah.
Look at his
hands. His everything, bro. Him.
This. Dr. Eggman. Why is the president saying Dr. Eggman?
Because he's on the TV.
Oh, that's right.
Like, oh, man.
How did Dr. Eggman get the president's TV
address?
Yeah. Usually
they're just on Skype call.
Usually Bubble Bubble's locked in on that thing.
No, he couldn't save his other games, so he had to switch to cable.
Yeah. Do you see how he had 4 arms for a second?
I did see that.
Otherwise... Why is he talking to the TV? Oh wait, this is like an actual, like they're communicating.
Yeah, it's not just like the live, Eggman station. Tuned in.
Well, I thought that was more reasonable. How did?
There's a sunroof. Don't worry about it.
What the heck is going on here? Sonic would be dead. Like they would immediately.
Was Tails here the whole time? I did not notice him in the back.
Well, he works for the president.
I thought we were.
He thought they were playing president.
Oh,
look, he's got tutus right now.
He's ready for the final battle. I was just thinking about this like the other day. Like I literally all I thought to myself in the hello operator voice was Burma bum, and I was like, that's the only thing you ever have to say to me to make me laugh is this Burma bum. Like you're not an op, you're a Burma bum.
You're a Burma bum. That's what I call my ops.
Burma bums.
That should have been in Code Chunks.
This should have been, yeah.
Perma bum. I don't know what it rhymes with. You're dumb. You might as well be perma
bum.
Ooh,
that's bars.
Yeah.
That'll be in Code Chunks too.
Chunkity. Have I told the chunk story before?
I feel like maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. So grade 7 was like the year where we just had the most chaotic class of all time. Like everyone was just really, I don't know. We were just wild that year.
Just a bunch of shit.
Yeah, just a bunch of shitheads. And what it led to was that we just had like this 30-something teacher who just couldn't really control us. So she left.
Right?
Yeah. And then we got like the biggest hard ass teacher. Like he definitely was a teacher in like the 70s or anything. Like he would have beaten people for sure. And he
back in his
and he just
day.
can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But like that's how bad of a class we were. But there's so many good stories from that year because of all that. And one of them was like we had this math class and she would just she would teach us math. But she was terrible at math. Like
Right.
she could not do math.
Our math teacher was terrible too, funnily enough.
Yeah. So what she would do, she would say this every class. We would just be like, 20 minutes in, and then one of the smarter kids would be like, I don't think that makes sense, or whatever. And then
Gareth in the back.
yeah, and then she would look, she'd go, and then she'd go, oh yeah, okay. Erase everything from your brain. She would always say that. She would say that bar every time. Erase everything
Clear
from
your
brain. Yeah,
mind.
clear your mind. Erase everything from your... Why is there a penguin over
Hey,
here?
you collected them.
So like every class we'd have to erase everything from our brain.
Every class.
But it was during
Damn, she sucked.
it was during one of these math classes where she's just teaching, and then Oscar puts his hand up, and we think it's gonna be for the hey, that's wrong.
Right.
But he puts his hand up, and she's like, yeah, Oscar, what's up? And he goes, I was wondering if from now on you could refer to me as Chunk.
It's just not a hard nickname, at all.
And the class loses it. We were laughing for like 5 minutes straight. Like she couldn't. And then after, like we all started like laughing or whatever. And then after a while, she's like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. Like from now on, just call me Chunk. Don't call me Oscar. Just call me Chunk. And she's like, oh, okay, Chunk. And we're all laughing so hard
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
I'm
can't
sure.
handle. Anyway, for the next day, she calls him Chunk, and like the next morning, or whatever. And then it's in another math class. We're all chilling. Then he puts his hand up again, and we're like, oh no, what now? And then he's like, hi, Madame, I was wondering if you could stop calling me Chunk. She's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to be called Chunk anymore. And she's like, okay, sure, Oscar. Yeah, you don't have to be called Chunk anymore.
I'll allow it. Just this once, Oscar.
So it was like one day. It was like 24 hours. She called him Chunk. No one else called him Chunk. Like we were not calling him Chunk.
just
It was not. He had never been called Chunk before in his life. None of us called him Chunk.
He must have like heard that somewhere, like I don't know, some like film or
This guy was
movie. Like there's
crazy.
a character named Chunk, and he just thought it was cool
Yeah.
as fuck. And
That-
then he realized,
Yeah, and the,
actually,
and the
no.
thing is, if he was kidding, like if it was just a joke, he's like, oh, I could totally get her to call me like a dumb nickname like Chunk. But no, he was completely serious because nowadays when we'll jokingly call him Chunk from now and again, and he will cringe his face off. He hates it. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe I won. Like he legitimately was like, that's awesome. I want to be called.
That'd be so cool.
Also, it says a lot about how Oscar was such a likable guy that no one made fun of him for trying to make his own nickname. Like I feel like if a lot of people was like, hey, call me Danger, like everyone's
Yeah.
like, fuck off.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, Chunk isn't like a hard nickname, but still, it's a nickname, and you should be able to give yourself a nickname. But
Yeah.
no one like was mean to Oscar.
People
about
give
that.
it to you.
Yeah.
Tower. You gotta work hard to earn a nickname.
Salty B.
Like Big Meat.
You know how many hours I've had to put in to be called Big Meat?
You know how many veggies I had to eat to be called Tower?
You know how much milk?
It was brutal. I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Every day was a
Every
nightmare.
day was a grind. Yeah, you really had to. Well, you did technically have to. Did I just blow up a monkey on the ground? You did have to work to be called Tower.
I did. It's not. It ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
Be a cheese.
Yeah. There's no free. You barely ever find free bread in a world like this.
Today was my lucky day.
It's a bread eat bread world. Anyway, yeah, that's one story from there. Also, I mean that I talked about him being a hard ass. The other teacher,
Yeah.
he was such a hard ass that looking back, he had been told by the principal, be hard on these kids, like just
Right.
be as hard as you can on these kids, because there was times where he would get us all in such big trouble for like barely anything. Like this kid Liam, who was like he was a kind of class clown character,
right.
but almost more of like a class cool guy character.
Right.
But he like
Class
yeah.
baller.
Class baller, yeah, he was. And he was just like standing at his friend's desk, and then the teacher's like, "Liam, go sit down." And he's like, "All right." And then he's like, I did not like how you said all right. And Liam's like, what?
I don't need any of that lip.
Yeah. And then Liam's like, what? And he's like, and then he would always say this because it was a French immersion class. He'd say "at twazzer," which is at 3 o'clock.
Right.
So "at twazzer," and then Liam's like, what do you mean? I just said all right, and we're all laughing, like we're like just suppressing laughter because we're just like so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And also, there was one time where this girl Kate, who was such a bitch, she was sitting
Right, yeah.
she was sitting behind, like, seriously, no one liked her. She was the kind of person who would just always like push people and like test them to try to get a reaction, or like how far can I go until they'll snap. Like, she was that kind of person, just like the worst person to be around. And we were all sitting down like outside, and he's like talking, and she starts throwing rocks at the back of Matt P's head. And
my goat, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We stand up Matt P, MB baller, and he just turns around and it's like, Kate, stop. Like, that's all he says, and she's like throwing little rocks at the back of his head, and then the teacher looks at both of them, figures out the situation, and goes, he goes, Matt, Kate, Sophia, Max, Atwazer.
What? Just the most random, like,
And
individuals.
Sophia, not my friend Sophia, by the way, different
Right,
Sophia.
okay.
She was sitting next to Kate, so maybe he just thought that both of them were throwing rocks. Like, okay, but Max was sitting at the exact opposite side of the group, like just nowhere near them at all. And he's just like looking around, like, what? Like, what is that? Why me? Like, I still don't know to this day why Max got in trouble. I don't think he ever knew. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget that. Just
That actually would be
Matt, Kate,
so
Sophia,
funny to witness, like
Max.
Max, DLC character.
And they all just were like, okay, like, what are they? I think it was like the very end of the day, so all they had to do was go. Maybe that's why. Maybe it was right at the end of the day, and he's just like, fuck it, you guys are all.
I need to meet my quota for people to get in trouble today. Like.
Maybe. I don't know. That's kind of what. Like I said, I swear that the president, not the president, the
Wake up in the morning, I got prez on my mind.
The fucking whatever his name is, the dean, the
principal.
The principal.
Yeah,
that's it. You got it. He definitely just. I don't know where
you
to
gotta
go.
bounce with the bounce bracelet. What the fuck are you doing, man?
I'm stuck.
Reset. Oh no, we're good. I don't know what. I think. Did you read the text at all for the thing you picked up?
Oh, the power bracelet?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
The bounce bracelet.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. That's me for this episode. Peep the next one as always, and we'll catch you then.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Goodbye.